Hello friends, this is Amit. Normally I make tutorials on coding, but now that everyone is at home due to Corona, I think you need more training on the Corona part. So I made one more video about how to sanitize the equipment that you buy online. And this is my second video, and many more videos will come on Corona because you need more guidance on Corona at the moment. That is the need of the hour. So here I am. Uh, One of the problems that most of us are really facing is that we cannot have access to barbers because the streets are closed, streets are locked down. Okay, you're supposed to stay home, and at home you do not have urban clap. Of course, all the facilities are stopped. So many people must be feeling that, my hair looks really shabby. What do I do about it? So if you are also like me, and if you want to take risk of trimming your hair at home, then I've already done that, and let me give you a couple of tips before you mess them up. See, first of all, tip number one, why do you look shabby? You do not look shabby due to the hair on your top. You look shabby because of the hair on your side and the hair behind you. Okay, so only the sides and the hair behind you need trimming regularly. Okay, and for that, use a shaving trimmer like this. Okay, this is basically used to trim your beard, but you can use it for trimming your hair. Now, how do you do that? First of all, before you even start the equipment, ensure that this is recharged overnight, because it will be really difficult for using a shaving trimmer for shaving your hair. Because it's going to take some time, it's going to take like 15-20 minutes, and till that time, this should work. The juice should not run out. And so you need to charge it overnight. Tip number one. Tip number two, always remember to set the number of millimeters to something around 3 millimeters. Okay, so I am setting it to 3 millimeters. Now, what is this 3 millimeters? If you notice, here is the razor and here is the protective gear. So the distance between the razor and the protective gear is 3 millimeters now. Okay, so when I will trim my hair, they will be 3 millimeters long. Okay, and believe me, this is 3 millimeters. Okay, so don't make it 1 or 2. You will end up balding yourself if you make it 1 or 2. So at least keep it to 3. Then tip number 3, how to trim. So never trim it like this. This is not the way of trimming it. Okay, don't rest it like this on your skin. Rest it like this. Keep this edge on your skin. Okay, this is the way to trim. Okay, tip number 4, you should always go in this direction. You should never trim in this direction. Anyways, you are not going to trim your hair if you go in this direction, because the razor is on this direction. So only if the hair touch this direction, then only they will get cut. If the hair is touching in this direction, they'll anyways bend like this and they won't get trimmed. Common sense. Okay, but see, we are not into that profession, so we do not know the nitty-gritties. So I'm letting you know. Tip number 4, raise it gently like this. Okay, in this direction, upwards direction. Now tip number 5, when you reach a particular height like this and you need the slope till here, then lift it gently. Do not lift it abruptly, otherwise your hair will start looking like a wig, and that is not what you want. Okay, so that is my tip number 5, that raise your razor gently when you reach a particular height. And now tip number 6, which is very, very important, is how do I bring all this into one level? That means, see, the slope at over here is also till this level. The slope over here is also at this level. So how did I manage to do it? So the way to do it is, you should raise the trimmer like this towards the back. Okay, this is how you should run it. Once again, touch this particular tip, and this is the way you need to trim it. So this will give you that flawless, slope. Now tip number 7, and the most important tip, is do not try to trim the hair at your back with your own hands. It's impossible. At least with my dexterity, it was impossible. If you're more dexterous than me, maybe you can try it, but believe me, don't take risk. So ask one of your family members or your team members, maybe if you live with somebody, ask somebody else to trim your hair at the back. You cannot do it personally. Okay, I tried it with 2 mirrors. It is impossible. At least for me, it was not possible. And don't take risk. That's what I'll say. So these were a couple of tips of how to shave at home. Um, one last tip before I leave. Please stay at home. The governments are telling you the same thing. Every world leader is telling you the same thing. And it is not a joke. If you really want to be a hero, if you really want to protect people, if you really want to do something for the country, for the world, for the humanity, for the planet, do you understand to the level at which I'm saying? To the planet, if you want to save the planet, then all you need to do is stay at home. So if you cannot do something at home like shaving, then maybe we can collaborate. We can come up with ideas of how to get these things done at home. Okay? If I don't know something, you tell me. Okay? So use the comment section of this video and tell me what all you cannot do at home. Okay? And maybe I'll make a video with a workaround of how to do it. And if I cannot work it around, then maybe you guide me. You tell me how a particular thing is to be done. I'll make a video on that. Okay? So let's spread this message that everyone should stay at home. That's the way you save the planet. Be a hero, stay at home. Until next time, stay safe, stay at home.